Good morning. And welcome to Allen Avenue Unitarian Universalist Church. Whether today is your first time here or you've been coming for years, we're so glad you're with us. My name is Pam Jackson. My pronouns are she and her, and I'm serving as this morning's worship associate. We are growing a community that transforms lives through the power of love. Our mission calls us to celebrate diversity, encourage spiritual growth, and promote social responsibility while we travel on and care for the earth. A special welcome to those at home who are joining us on Zoom today. If you're attending for the first time, please fill out the welcome card on our website so we can get to know you. I have a few announcements. This afternoon from 3:30 to 5 at Hope Gateway Church, 515 Woodford Street, you are invited to join your voices with others of all abilities for Greater Portland Community Sing. Next Sunday is our annual flower communion ritual, where everyone brings a flower to share and takes home a different flower than the one they brought. Please bring a flower or a whole bunch for those who might forget. We usually have some extras here, just in case. Our first summer service on June 28th will be led by Reverend Tara and is entitled T-Shirt Theology. If you have a favorite T-shirt that reflects your values in a creative way or that shares something about you that might not be visible on the surface and might like to share about it, please contact Reverend Tara. Now we invite you all to take this opportunity to silence your cell phones so that we can be fully present to one another. After the service, please grab a cup of coffee or tea and stay for conversation, or head down to the end of the long hallway to join a group for the brown bag lunch. Those on Zoom may stay on and connect with one another. And now let us center our hearts and minds with the sound of the singing bowl.
Good morning. Good to be with you on this very summery morning in here. I find if I just don't move, the sweat stops. So perhaps take that as an invitation to stillness. My name is Reverend Tara. My pronouns are they, them, and I serve as the minister here at Allen Ave UU, or A2U2 for short. And worship today is designed as an all-ages service. We are celebrating art and social change. There is no separate RE program today. If, however, your child would like to play in the nursery at any point, you can go down the long hallway and take a left. That being said, it is our joy to worship with members and friends of all ages in the sanctuary today. Some are finishing up their Pride March posters from last week, so if you come forward for joys and sorrows, please watch your step and dodge the art supplies. The wiggles and noises that the youngest among us make are a joyful reminder of the life and vibrancy of this multi-generational community where all are welcome and all are cherished. A noisy church is a happy, healthy church. As we celebrate the role of the arts in resistance movements and our shared work of social change, we'll hear this morning from a few special guests. Shell, a Portland-based mural and studio artist who brought our vision of a progressive pride flag painted on our sign to life last summer. And Andrea Cole, a local activist and singer who will lead us in some resistance songs and share words about music and justice. You each have a piece of scrap paper, probably, in your hand. And if you would like to draw or doodle or create some art during the service, in a moment we'll start passing around a basket of pencils. If you'd like to take one and draw, you are invited to do so. As you take a breath or two and allow yourself to arrive here, hear these opening words by Barbara Holmes from the podcast, The Cosmic We. The artists are the prophets. They say what can't be said in ways that can be heard. They dance it, rap it, and write it in dramas. They are the forerunners for the community. During the civil rights movement, what stitched the movement together was the art and the songs. Everybody did not agree on the process and the strategies, but they all agreed on those old songs. Everybody knew them and could sing them. Art knit a community together without having to do a lot of talking about it. The poetry and rap rhythms offered survival to people who were marginalized into poverty. Through art, they could take that poverty and turn it on its head. In our communities, we offer graffiti images of folks who are slain. We dance. We let our bodies reveal our suffering and our persistence. And when all else fails, we sing ourselves sane. Come into this place where we sing and reflect, pray and imagine, listen and look, and in so doing, add a bit of beauty to the revolution of love. Come and be welcome. You are joyfully called to worship.
We resist. We refuse to let hatred in. We rise up. We won't back down. We're in this till the end. We resist. We refuse to let hatred in. We rise up. We won't back down. We're in this till the end. We resist. We refuse to let hatred in. We rise up. We won't back down. We're in this till the end. We resist. We refuse. We won't back down. We're in this till the end. We resist. Pray for your enemies. Welcome the stranger. Show love to your neighbor. We're in this till the end. We resist. Pray for your enemies.
As we light our sanctuary chalice this morning, those joining on Zoom are invited to light a chalice or candle near you to connect us more deeply with one another. Let beauty in. Let beauty in like a wrapped gift from the Spirit of life itself, as she offers to us. Behold what creation can do. Behold, this is love made real, that you can touch, taste, and smell all around you. May all that is pleasing and exquisite be nurtured here in our time of worship. May the magnificent pull towards all that is divinely pleasing hold us close. May the sacred pulse within this space as we welcome in beauty.
We light our community candle this morning in memory of the 50 lives lost in the Pulse nightclub shooting 10 years ago this past Friday. For many of us, this still feels like yesterday. Will you take a breath with me? Our opening hymn is number 326 in your gray hymnal, Let All the Beauty We Have Known. After Dale plays through the tune, please rise on your feet or in your hearts as we sing together. For quite some time, the Social Justice Committee here at A2U2 had talked about ways we could make our congregation's values more visible to the community and those who drive by our building. We talked about a Black Lives Matter banner by the road, or a pride flag, or a whole bunch of other ideas that probably predate my time with this congregation. And in typical A2U2 fashion, we decided, when we can't decide, to seek the wisdom of our children and youth. They often have more than we do. Last April and May, members of our Social Justice Committee spent a few sessions with our children talking about what we could do outside with the space we have to show people what our values are. They talked and imagined and made art, and much of the art they made was focused on our sign out by the road. Peter, would you pull up the first image if you can? We're having some tech things today, so there we go. So this is what the sign looked like. And the next series of photos are of the pieces of art that our children created. Can you? Yeah. You can just, go through, I think there's about 6 of them. So, keep going. So these are the images our children created, imagining what we might do with our sign, with our space, to show our values to the world. Keep going, yeah. They had amazing ideas. And you can leave this one up, please. So the decision was made to bring these designs from our kids to an artist and get help deciding what was simple enough to be done within our budget, because some of these kids really went for it with the dreams. We were connected through one of our members to a mural artist from the community, Shell, who we'll hear from soon. Shell came up with a design that we loved, painting the progressive pride flag onto the sign poles, and they got to work over the summer painting. It's been about 9 months now since the painting was completed, and I smile every time I drive by or pull into the parking lot. We haven't had the perfect opportunity to celebrate this project, which, though it might seem fairly small in scope, was thought out and actualized using an intentional and collaborative, values-based and spirit-centered process. So this, today, is what we celebrate, as well as all the art that helps us live our values and show our values out in the world. I'd like to give our children and youth and Shell, our artist, a big round of applause and gratitude for helping us turn something as simple as a sign into a true work of art. Would you join me in the spirit of prayer? What to do with beauty, or joy for that matter, in the midst of tragedy, of violence, of cruelty? What do we do with the living? Give each their due. Do not lose ourselves in any of it, but find ourselves anew. Where there is beauty, amplify it. Where beauty is hidden, reveal it. Where beauty is ruined, restore it. Where beauty is absent, create it. This will be our gift to our aching world. Amen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Accessibility.
Yes, okay. I'm so glad that she mentioned the community sing in the announcements, because we're going to do the meditation like we would at the community sing. All right? Thank you. That's all I had to say. So we'll sing it on top first.
Now is the time in our service when we engage in the spiritual practice of generosity. Our gifts support the ministries of this congregation.
That was my mistake. It's not, you're right. Yeah, I am hot and bothered today. I'm sorry. It's one of those funny things where we start experimenting and trying new things and doing things a little differently, and it totally throws us all off. So welcome to this experimental service. We're now actually going to hear some words from Shell. And after that, Pam will introduce our offering.
Hello, I'm Chell. I use they, them pronouns. I'm also a horrible speaker in front of many people, so I wrote things on my little phone so that I'm less scared. So just a moment, please. Which also, everyone has been so kind and welcoming, so it is a very irrational fear of public speaking, but it is that anyway. So, yes, hello. Thank you so much for having me again. It was so great to be welcomed by you all last year and invited to paint the design on your sign. I love the work that I get to do for my job, painting all kinds of things, but this project in particular was special to me because, this is a little unrelated to the project, but it was the very first project that I got to work on after getting gender-affirming top surgery last year. So that was pretty cool to paint a pride flag immediately after doing that. Truly a week after getting clearance, I was out there. I've been doing mural work full-time now for over 4 years, sometimes assisting other artists on their projects and sometimes painting my own designs. It's always a treat having a job that is mashing up of art in our various environments. It's never boring getting introduced to all kinds of people and places and getting to be involved in shaping how they feel. The way we curate spaces can say so much, whether through something subtle, like the various feelings evoked by different color schemes, or something more direct, like the specific wording on a sign. Choosing what something's appearance will be expresses your intentions and channels how you want to feel in a space. It projects how you want others to feel, what you want them to know, and so all those choices involved, the aesthetics, and the more literal content are a way of communicating, which hopefully ultimately leads to some connected understanding shared with anyone else passing through. And so we intentionally design murals with all kinds of colors or illustrations or phrases, hoping to get a certain message across. And we can also utilize other well-recognized language, flags. The ultimate shorthand, symbols that are great at conveying information fast or from a distance. It really, truly struck a chord with me what it means for this to be the project that your group chose. The way these painted pride flags are a permanent addition to the way you introduce yourselves to your neighbors and the community at large. Not just a flag or a sign up for the month of June and then stored away till next year. You invested your resources so that your values can't be missed, so they're shown as and on the literal support structure to who you are. I've had multiple people tell me, even before knowing that I painted it, how driving past the sign, these are friends or other people I work with, that driving past the sign on their way to work or wherever would bring a smile to their face. There's so much pain and unwelcome in our world right now, and I think it helps, is encouraging to see a signal like this and think, okay, there's another group of people with me, more people to feel less alone with. Even for those who aren't directly part of this community, it's bolstering or just a way to have a moment to be happy. Like, yeah, we are all out here loving and supporting each other. I think directly trying to make art for social justice can feel intimidating sometimes, for me personally at least, or like where to start. How do I distill so much complexity into a made thing and say something with it? Like, what will it do? But I don't think the art needs to do or say it all. I don't think it can. I think art is what bridges the gap, can start the conversation, get us connected with each other. Because ultimately, the art itself isn't the answer. to whatever cause is at hand. The answer is in the people coming together and protecting what needs protecting and changing what needs to be changed. And in my opinion, even if your art isn't about anything in particular, it matters to make it. We can make art to celebrate, to grieve, can do it to process, to articulate whatever needs articulating, even if we can't put words to it. And we can do it imperfectly too. It's a way to practice presence, to spend real quality time with yourself. I think the more connected we are to our own hearts and selves, the more our capacity grows, and the more connected we can be with others and the world at large. Art wants to be made, so go make it. Be with it, whatever thing matters to you. Us making stuff and sharing it is about the thing we make, yes, but it is also so much about the sharing and the connecting. There's so much more that could be said, but I'll leave you there for now. Thank you again for having me, and especially thank you to the youth here who had the vision for this project. It was so cool to see their actual design drawings. I love those. And thank you to Sonia and Cynthia, too, who helped coordinate so much with it and were my contacts last year being here. But yeah, truly thank you, and I'm so happy to have been a part of this project. Yeah.
Now, it really is the time in our service where we engage in the spiritual practice of generosity. Our gifts support the ministries of this congregation and our work in the broader community. Each week, 1/3 of our offering is given away to a local organization doing work to advance our shared values in the world. This month's Share the Plate recipient is Friends of Portland Adult Education, whose mission is to help adult learners reach their educational and employment goals. Donations can be made now as the basket is passed through the donate button on our website, or if you are a member on Breeze, remembering to make note that your gift is for Share the Plate. If you are visiting us for the first time this morning, please know that your presence is your gift to us. At this time, our offering will be collected and gratefully received.
The role of the artist, wrote Tony Cade Bambara, Black American writer, artist, and activist. The role of the artist is to make the revolution irresistible. Just as we know that as social creatures, humans are hardwired for connection and belonging, and just as our Unitarian Universalist faith affirms that humans are hardwired for love, I also believe there is something at our core as humans that knows we need beauty. We need to experience, witness, and participate in the creation of beauty. We need art to stay human. In a recent article in the Christian Century, magazine editor Peter Marty reflected on art as a way to expand our perspective and challenge our assumptions and perceptions of others. He sketched out a couple of different categories of art that encourage social change and that communicate progressive values. They include art that reckons with history, art that encourages hope, art that serves a social purpose, and art that offends the powerful. And of course, these categories overlap, and not all art has to be beautiful in order to be powerful, to inspire justice. In fact, the most moving experience I have had with art that reckons with history was my visit in the fall of 2024 to the Legacy Museum and National Memorial for Peace and Justice in Montgomery, Alabama. Both were haunting. I was particularly moved by the Community Soil Collection exhibit. 800 jars of soil collected from underneath trees where people were lynched. A memorial to Black lives lost to violence. Executive Director of the Equal Justice Initiative, Brian Stevenson, writes of the exhibit that while in that soil there is blood and sweat and tears of those killed, he says there is also the opportunity for new life, a chance to grow something hopeful and healing for the future. I have a framed postcard of a photograph of this exhibit on my office desk. It reminds me to keep reckoning with the worst parts of our history as a living aspect of my ministry and calls me to the work of cultivating healing and hope for tomorrow. The postcard is on the Joys and Sorrows table up front in the blue frame. If you'd like to take a look after the service, it doesn't do the exhibit justice, but you get a glimpse. Some of the art that encourages hope, that helps us keep going even when we're in despair, is experienced, as we have already heard this morning, through music. We sing hymns with words and tunes that stir our weary spirits. Listen to the harmonies of choral music, the wisdom of folk music, the honesty of rap. There are canons of resistance music that have emerged throughout history. Black spirituals sung by enslaved Africans in the American South. Civil rights era freedom songs expanding beyond well-known spirituals into gospel and jazz, blues, R&B, soul, and folk. Nina Simone, Pete Seeger, Mahalia Jackson, Bob Dylan, and so many more. We are still singing this music, and there is a new emerging canon of resistance songs for the times we find ourselves in today. We'll hear some of those shortly. I can't talk about art that serves a social purpose without highlighting the art form of drag and the ballroom scene of 80s Harlem, which has morphed and transforms but remains a powerful performance art and community of resistance today. A central misconception about drag is it's merely men dressing up as women. But drag has always been a many-gendered, queer and trans art form with elements of fashion, performance, comedy, dance, and cultural critique. It's also a community in all its complexity, rawness, realness, and joy. The 1991 documentary film Paris is Burning offers a taste of Harlem ball culture with Black, Latinx, queer, and trans folks competing for their house in competitions, walking categories on the runway. At a ball, society's marginalized moved to the center and embodied the very world, the very liberation we are trying to create, where all bodies are celebrated. Locally, here in Portland, queer Black performance artist Aquarius Funk and others are keeping the ball scene, living community art alive. And through that, they are making the revolution irresistible. The ball scene of 1980s Harlem was mostly underground because, like much of the art that has transformed societies across the generations and around the globe, it offended those in power. Have any of you followed the unfolding saga surrounding portrait artist Amy Sherald's exhibits this year? I see a couple nods. She has certainly offended the powerful. Sherald is a famous artist known for her 2018 portrait of Michelle Obama, which hangs in the National Portrait Gallery in Washington, D.C. She and the artist who painted the portrait of Barack Obama were the first African-American artists to create Smithsonian-commissioned portraits of a former president and first lady. It was a big deal. Due to have her exhibit America Sublime in the Smithsonian's National Portrait Gallery last year, Sherald caught wind that one of her pieces was likely to be censored and removed. She made the difficult decision to withdraw her exhibit from the museum. The piece in question, a portrait entitled Transforming Liberty. Black transgender model Arawaba Seat posed as the Statue of Liberty. An image of her portrait is also on the Joys and Sorrows table up front if you'd like to see it after worship. Ironically, by creating resistance art that offended the powerful, being censored and then going public with her decision to remove the art from the gallery, Transforming Liberty ended up on the cover of the New Yorker magazine's August 11, 2025 edition and landed in the hands of hundreds and thousands of Americans. I listened to a podcast interview with her model, Arewaba Seat, where she reflected on the experience of modeling and the public backlash against her portrait. The reality that she offends those in power by simply being herself. But she shares, whether it be because of legislation or the administration or other social systems that try to tell me that I shouldn't be proud of who I am, I can always look back to this image and be reminded that the lack of pride will never serve me like pride serves me. Paintings that elicit pride, soil that grounds us in truth, songs that bring us hope, voguing that shapes the essence of our being, art that pushes us, stretches us so clearly in the direction of liberation that the powerful shake in their boots. This is the background of our spiritual work, the work of building a just and loving world for all beings with liberation at the center. May it always be honest, this work, and may it be beautiful. Blessed be.
That does sound like it's on a little bit. I don't talk very loud, so I don't know if it has to be louder. Is it coming through the speakers? No. No, yes? Oh, okay, thank you. My name is Andrea Cole, and Cynthia here invited me to come today, and I'm really glad because the theme today is really close to my heart because I'm a singer and songwriter, and until last year, strangely, right after an election, I didn't really feel much of a need to write protest songs. But I started going every week to the Monument Square protest that is held downtown. And I see some familiar faces. And last, really, February, quite early in the year, I wrote a song called Here in America, which is in my notebook right over here. That's okay. I've got it. Okay. Oops. So I wrote a song because I needed to hear it. So as much as I wish it was really about a community or trying to convince other people of things, I really first wrote it because these are words that, I probably woke up one morning just convincing myself that it's all going to be okay and here's what we need to do. And the anger, and it's all mixed in there. I sang it at the one of those early protests, and people connected with it. I guess that should have been obvious. We all were there for the same purpose and generally agreed with the message, and it was just really gratifying to hear people hear it, and there was a real back and forth, and an actual call and response in the song as well that you feel free to please join along with toward the end of the song especially. There's a call and response, but throughout the song there are phrases that people can repeat, and to my delight and surprise when I started singing it, this is the first time people repeated. It was a really nice moment and conversation with the people there and with me. So I relate to the world through music. I don't do much art. I don't do much speaking. People have different talents and different ways of relating to the world, and for me it's music. So this is what came out when I decided to write something. It's called Here in America. Doesn't mean I don't get nervous, it just means that this is what I do when I'm alone at home. I'm going to take that from the top. We see the lies and the hate of bullies and billionaires. They don't want us to know, they don't want us to care, tearing our country apart while the sycophants bow down. But this song in my heart says we've got to stand our ground, we've got to keep up, we've got to show up, 'cause we've got love on our side. We love, thank you, I love hearing it. We love our freedoms, the Constitution. Yes, we've got laws on our side. Here in America, we sing of liberty, represented in 3 co-equal entities. We have no kings, the bells of freedom ring for me. It's so disheartening to bear what we've lost, how to cope. Our fears can take hold, it's hard to have hope. Remember, history repeats this corrupt, ugly blight. But decent people win when we stand up for what is right. We've got to keep up, we've got to speak up, because we've got love on our side. We love our freedoms, the Constitution. Yes, we've got truth on our side. Here in America, we sing of liberty, represented in 3 co-equal entities. We have no kings, the bells of freedom ring for you and me. And here's a call and response, part 2. Of the people, by the people, we've got love on our side. Of the people, for the people, we've got laws on our side. Of the people, by the people, we've got love on our side. Of the people, for the people, we've got truth on our side. Here in America. Thank you so much for singing along. Now, the second song I wrote was very recent. This is called We Stand, and I think of this more of a rally song maybe than a protest song. And the message of this one, I think, came from, I have 2 sons, they're in college, and every week we go to the protest when they're home from college, and we say, come with us, there's people. And they have reasons why their generation, I think, doesn't think that it's effective. So that was the impetus for writing the song. I'm gonna get a little bit of water while I think about the rest of my impetus. Sorry. Thanks for that. So that was the first reason why I thought of writing the song, but I also saw a few articles from people explaining what good does come from these rallies and why are we doing them. And whenever I'm there, I wish more people would come. And as we've heard, there are statistics. If I think 3.5% of the population of a country stand up and stand out, that is effective. That's just what I've heard. So this, I guess, was really more written with that audience in mind. Here's why I go and do what I do. And it doesn't even measure up to what so many other people are doing to lead a lot of things. But here's what I do, and here's why I think it matters. What good can come of clever, angry signs? What good can come of standing in the cold and the rain? They say I won't change anybody's minds. That might be true, but think what I stand to gain. I stand for our democracy. In solidarity, I stand for peace and human dignity. I stand with others more courageous. Their courage is contagious. A simple step, but one I make. I stand. What good can come of spending wasted time? What good can come learn all they need from their screens. They say we won't change anybody's minds. Well, maybe not, but if you come, you might see. I stand to show you that I care, to see our flag still there. I stand for people everywhere. I stand so each dissent is counted. Together we'll move mountains. Me and folks from all around, we stand. If I do nothing, then they wouldn't see how many of us there could be. I'm just one person, but I'm free. So while I am, I stand for our democracy. In solidarity, I stand for peace and common decency. We stand so every voice is counted. Together we'll move mountains. Me and folks from all around, we stand to show you that we care, to see our flag still there. I see some good, some hope from where I stand. We stand, we stand.
Thanks for inviting me here.
Are you ready to sing again? Let's close with hymn number 170, an oldie but a goodie. We are a gentle, angry people. After Dale plays through the tune, let us rise on our feet or in our hearts and join our voices as one. after the benediction. And extinguishing our chalice, you are invited to remain seated for a short time of reflection and integration as Dale offers the postlude. Where there is beauty, amplify it. Where beauty is hidden, reveal it. Where beauty is ruined, restore it. Where beauty is absent, create it. This will be our gift to our aching world. Our worship has ended, and our service begins. Go in peace.